Welcome to Busted Speakers. Today we're reviewing Run the Jewels 3 by Run the Jewels. Run the Jewels are a hardcore hip-hop group consisting of LP and Killer Mike. This is their third album, and I'm going to say that it's probably one of my favorite rap albums of last year. So first of all, I start with saying the artwork is really amazing. I love the golden hands with the blue background. I thought that was really cool. I know we're not reviewing art, but just want to say that's really cool. And I first listened to this while I was working out. I was running outside, and it was a very fluid album. Like, I couldn't tell when the first song finished and the next song started, and it just sounded. I didn't know, like, it was like 40 some minutes the whole album, and I didn't realize that much time had passed. It was very fluid, and I really enjoyed just listening to composition.
Yeah, right. So I'd say this is more banner after banner after banner. Great song after great song after great song. So that's your cheap budget synopsis review there. The beats are as good as ever. Yeah, so I feel as if this is weirdly like a culmination of their sound as a whole. Run the Jewels 1 was like similar to this, loads of great hard-hitting, hardcore rap songs that were pretty catchy but pretty hardcore. Then I feel like Run the Jewels 2 was a bit more accessible, more, it's hard to say, more like electronic infused.
Run the Jewels 2 was definitely more political as well. I think it had more real topics on it.
And I think it had more samples for the hooks, which made it more catchy overall, which is something that's pretty absent from this, actually. Not that that's a problem, but might make people not get into it as quickly. I feel as if this is their most dense album.
For sure, and I think it's one of their best albums so far, but the other two albums were, I would say, really good as well. Some of my favorite songs were Hey Kids, Thieves, 2100. I love Hey Kids. I think the Danny Brown feature was spot on. He can always spit. I loved his album from last year, and I think just his bars are fantastic. He can really rap. I think the first line was what is it? I'm a word architect, and I forgot what it was, but it was just really gripping the entire time through.
Yeah, he seems to be everywhere this year. I really like that song as well. What did you think of the song Oh Mama?
That was probably one of my less favorite songs.
I agree.
I still liked it because I think Killer Mike and LP both have something going for them. They're really good together, especially. But I just felt on a second listen through, I was just kind of bored by it, and just kind of like, this didn't really fit the theme of the entire album.
Yeah, it sounds pretty heavy to begin with, but when those loud chords or blast beats or whatever, I'm no musician obviously, turn into like muffled glitches during the verses, it's kind of a bit weird and does detract from the song. It's more slow paced as well, but the good thing about these guys is that they're still Run the Jewels, so it's still a really good song somehow.
Zach De La Rocha had a feature on this, which I thought I didn't expect it, but I really appreciated that he did. I thought he did it really well. I think all the features on this record did just a really well job, unlike some of the other albums I listened to.
Well, that was actually a surprise feature, was meant to be anyway. He's not officially credited. I knew he had a writing credit, but I didn't know he was actually on it, so I got a bit happy in my heart when I heard Zach again. I know he's been contributing to these albums, well, on all three of them actually, and this is probably his best work. And I think it's actually like a prelude to his upcoming album, because the last thing we hear on this album and his new one will be produced by ELP as well. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I think this album was also lyrically just fantastic. It was fun when it wanted to be. It was also political and serious. I know Killer Mike had an active role in the U.S. election supporting Bernie Sanders. I mean, and there's multiple verses where they were just roasting Trump, and I thought that was hilarious. Despite what you believe politically, they're pretty funny and pretty entertaining roasts. So,
well, I saw Killer Mike at the Bernie Sanders, like, introducing him, and he was straight fire there. So, despite your political views or whatever, he was so passionate and dedicated to what he believed in that I couldn't just help, even though it's nothing that like affects me directly, as far as I know anyway. I don't know, I just got great joy out of seeing him on that stage, and I feel like some of his political views were translated well onto this album.
So a couple small things I didn't like. I thought that the first song didn't really set the tone of the album. The entire album was kind of rough and aggressive, and the first song was kind of just more low-key. And the bars were fine, the lyrics were fine. The beat was weird, and when they kept repeating RTJ, RTJ, I just got kind of annoyed at that after a couple listens through.
It's weird.
And then I thought, yeah, I didn't really like that, but I didn't really hate it either. It was just kind of a meh feeling for me. But I thought that song would have worked as a better closer, because that song, as it gets closer to the end of the song, it gets, what do you want to say, like softer and softer, and I thought that'd be a perfect way to close the album, just repeating the name over and over as like a lasting memory of the album. But
you have to end it with Kill Your Masters, though.
Yeah, I know, but like the album had two good closers. What are you gonna do?
True.
Besides that, and like there's the song called Tickerton, when it kept repeating Live from the Gardens, I thought that was a bit weird at first. It did grow on me, but I felt like this whole album was kind of filled with like kind of lame choruses or repeating choruses, and I think they could have done so much more with that. But this just didn't have, it just didn't appeal to me as much as the actual verses did.
Yeah, I think the album really starts with Legend Has It. I do like Talk to Me, but I'd heard it dozens of times before the release, so by the time it gets to Legend Has It, just slot it in for a good time. Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, what would you rate this album?
Well, should we get Cam's thoughts?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Cam.
Well, yeah, as I'm sure good listeners can tell, I've been quiet this whole time because I really have very limited experience with hip-hop and very little understanding of it. Like, I don't know what this might say about me as music listener or whatever, but so far, the kind of hip-hop I prefer tends to have a lot of the funk, soul, jazz influence. The only artists I really feel like I genuinely like are Outkast, Tribe, and Kendrick.
Yeah.
So nothing quite as Run the Jewels is the most underground I think I've ever gotten for pretty much any kind of music.
Kind of music.
Yeah, and I think my knowledge of them is pretty limited in general. Like, I got their first album back when it was released because it was a free download, so I figured what the heck, I'll get into a more underground artist and see about that. But I only listened to it like once, and then I didn't get the second one because I never heard about it like being released for free anywhere. But I just did I got an email for Run the Jewels 3, so I downloaded that, and then I saw, they do have the second one for free too, so I haven't really had a chance to get reacquainted with the first one, really listen to the second one, and fully absorb this one, because I can just tell from what I did hear of number 3 that it's just not the kind of hip-hop that immediately grabs me. So it's not, wouldn't call it like bad or anything, but at the same time, I just don't really know how to approach it and what to expect from it and what I should be getting out of it. If that makes any sense, I'm not just rambling here.
The defendant rests his case. Yeah, so
I mean, I'm going to listen to them all again throughout the year, probably multiple times, just to, really try to cement them. But for now, I don't really have anything to say.
Cool. I'd definitely try out their second one. I think that's the most accessible one. Like, I was into Run the Jewels 1, but Run the Jewels 2 is what really kicked me into them and got me listening. So that'd be probably the best one to try if you want to become a fan, if that's what you want, yeah?
What would you rate it, Alex?
Now, this one, I actually prefer still Run the Jewels 2, but I've had that album as a favourite for over 2 years now, so maybe that'll change, but right now I'm going to give it still an 8, because every song was really good. The flow, the beats, the great production. I didn't even mention how good the guitar chords on Kill Your Masters are. Wow. And Kamasi Washington on the second last track was a great feature. So yeah, an 8 from me.
Cam, do you want to give a rating or no?
I rate it, I am a horrible plebeian out of 10.
Perfect. I'll make sure to put that in the description.
All right.
So I'd give it an 8 as well. I thought every song, I thought that there was just little minute details that I was annoyed with in the first listen, kind of grew on. But besides that, I think Run the Jewels has already established himself as like one of the next big hip hop duos right after Outkast, and I think they have like a strong following firstly, and they have a huge future ahead of them with just doing rap and producing and kind of stuff like that. So
I do want to actually address how they always have those "you are now listening to Run the Jewels 2" or whatever. They're like weird interludes in each of their tracks. Do you know why they have those?
I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I definitely did know while listening to it, but maybe they don't want you to forget what's going on.
Makes it sound like a dodgy pirate radio station or something. Yeah. So
I don't know.
Probably most people on the internet have reviewed this album, so I don't think we had that much original to say, but that was our spin on it.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite rap albums of 2016. So
yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Join us next time on Busted Speakers.
Thanks for tuning in to Busted Speakers. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy our content. We really do appreciate it. Check us out on social media for the latest news and updates and things going on with our channel. And follow the links below for some other great videos we've created. We know you'll enjoy them.